Good morning, precious family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. We are back on the beach out here in Oceanside, California with the Southwest staff all this week, and we're just praying and we're just having a lot of fun together and dreaming about big dreams for Southwest Church next year. Thank you so much for tuning in with us at Hope for Today. Told you yesterday that we're going to be bouncing in and around Exodus chapter 14, that great story of how God rescued his people, and a reminder of how God will rescue you when you find yourself in those precarious catch-22 moments in life where the Red Sea is seemingly on your front and all of Pharaoh and his army is on your back. What do you do when you don't know what to do? Let's look back here at Exodus chapter 14. I want to bounce up now to verse 10. It says, when Pharaoh drew near, the people of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians were marching after them, and they feared greatly, and the people of Israel cried out to the Lord. I want to talk about how familiarity is sometimes more desired than future. Anybody a witness that when you're struggling to trust where God is taking you to the future, that your soul will often opt for what's familiar? Can I get a witness right there? There's other verses here in Exodus chapter 14 where the people of Israel are crying out to Moses saying, wasn't it better that you left us in Egypt? And wasn't it better if we would have just died over there in bondage? And they're going through all of this stress. Why? Because there's an army on their back. There's a Red Sea on their front. And as a result, fear is overtaking them. Now, here's the crazy thing, though, about it. They had just went through several months of God literally waylaying Egypt with 10 plagues, miracle after miracle after miracle. But when pressure came, they forgot about the miracles and just focused on the misery. Who am I talking to this morning? And that's indicative of all of our hearts, that when we're in trouble, we will often forget about the future God has promised and opt for the familiarity that we're used to. And this is an encouragement to us who feel like we're in that moment where the fear is overtaking us and we feel overwhelmed. I wanted to remind you today that God is a promise keeper, that God knows what he's doing even when you don't know what he's up to. You may not be able to see his hand, but you can always trust his heart. And the only reason that God would allow trouble is to create a pathway for triumph in your life. Hold on to that. Trust in that this trouble too will pass. And don't give in to the lies that familiarity is better than your future. Trust God, stay in the Word, and move forward in your life, because the future always trumps familiarity. That's Hope for Today. I'll see you next time.